gloss.
Yeah, gloss. Why don't you gloss?
This feels so official.
Just because the people listening, they can hear if you don't have gloss.
They can feel it.
They can feel it.
I can feel it.
Okay, she's glossed now, guys. She's properly glossed. The podcast
Just
can
trying to
begin.
pop a lip gently. I don't wear red because I have no lips.
I love a red.
You have good lips.
Thank you.
I don't.
Oh, God. It's already going so well. She's complimented me 2 or 3 times.
That's all she gets.
You guys, I love this person so much. She's a dear,
Aw.
dear friend of mine, a fellow Italian, fellow Sicilian.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Sicilians on the pod.
Well, why would you?
Why would you?
You don't need any
If
more.
you've got one, you've got enough.
Yeah.
She's an incredible writer.
Aw.
Lip sync battle. Drag Me to Dinner.
Yes.
Celebrity Drag Race.
Yes.
All the things.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Not 1.
Only season 2.
I think it's important to say not 1.
Okay, great. Season
take
2
this.
only.
Yeah.
She has a special out on YouTube
I do.
called
What is it
High
called?
Blood.
High Blood Italian.
Mhm. Yeah, I was there for the live taping. It's Renee Gauthier.
Yay. Thank you for
Yay.
having me. I sound tired, but I've taken a lot of caffeine.
I've taken a lot of caffeine today as well. I had a large cold brew and then a matcha latte with some lavender sweetener in it. So
that sounds like a $10 drink.
it was a $10
Yeah.
drink.
It's unnecessary.
Do you have? It is unnecessary.
I just got a regular. I make my own at home, but then I got a shaken espresso from
Starbucks.
Starbucks. And as I came to pick it up, he was like, "Oh, did you get the $3 off?" And I said, "No." Where
Yeah.
is that? He goes, "It's on the app." And I go, "Well, I feel betrayed." And now I'm boycotting you for one
Yeah,
day.
you better.
Yeah. Then I had a beet juice.
You had a beet juice.
It's supposed to open up your liver.
I love beet juice.
Do you?
I do.
Wow.
My aunt in Denver last week, my aunt had a big brunch at part of that festival I was at.
Yeah.
And randomly she had like a ton of beet juice at this brunch.
Wow. Explains why she's hot.
Yeah, that's why she's so hot. Aunt Betsy, you guys know Mark Ellis has been trying to break up that marriage for a while. But so I drank a lot of beet juice last
yeah.
week.
That'll
And my
make you
liver's
glow.
feeling great.
I bet it is smiling.
Though I will say, if your shit's a little red, you're not bleeding internally if you've had beets recently.
Only you would think you were bleeding internally.
I literally was, the first time that happened where I ate a lot of beets, and
Yeah.
that happened, I was like, I'm bleeding internally. I immediately went there. I went to the doctor.
Of course you did.
You know me.
Did they give me a barium?
No, I didn't do a barium. That's the last time Renee was on. I had just done the barium swallow.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, the barium swallow. I'm so glad to introduce people to like new medical procedures that you shouldn't know about until you're literally the elderly.
The elderly.
I went to the doctor and he goes, I was like, yeah, I think there was like some blood in my stool, whatever. And he goes, okay. He's going down a checklist. He's like, have you eaten any beets? And I was like, well, I have eaten some beets. He goes, it's the beets. I was like, oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? I mean, I did have a picture, so he confidently.
No.
If you're my doctor, I'm so sorry.
You had a picture?
Of course.
Well, I guess that's better than you picking up a sample.
Yeah, no, what a way to start the pod. Renee, let's talk about taking pictures of our shits.
I've never done it.
You've never done it?
I don't think I've ever had to.
Oh, I just like, I take a lot, if I have any sort of like injury or like a bug bite that's not healing, like my mom has a picture of it every day as it's progressing. Like, my poor mom, if you could see, I broke a toe a few years ago.
Yeah.
And every single day sent a picture of the broken toe to my mom and my aunt.
Which toe?
Middle toe.
Okay, that's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
I've broken a pinky and a big.
Oh, a big.
I snapped it on a.
Oh my God.
I tripped on luggage when I got home.
No.
And I like got hooked and snapped.
Oh my God.
And
so you knew
yeah,
right
it was
away
bad.
that was broken, right?
It was, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
It wasn't great.
Did you have to have surgery or anything?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing to do.
Well, I know that with the little ones, because the first time I broke my little one, I didn't know it was broken. The doctor didn't think it was broken. She's like, but let's just x-ray just in case.
Yeah.
And then she calls me like 2 days later. She's like, oh, it's actually broken.
Yeah.
So, but there's not, you just
It
buddy tape.
takes a while.
You buddy tape and you move on with your
You
life.
move on.
Okay, so Renee, I haven't seen you in so long, and then we made plans like a month and a half ago. You reached out and you were like, could we soft hold May, what was it, 11th?
I thought it was the 10th.
The 10th.
We were trying for the 10th.
The 10th. She was like, can we soft hold the 10th?
Yeah.
And I said, sure. And in my mind, I'm like,
We're not gonna.
But then, okay, the 10th didn't work out, but we did remake
Mother's
plans
Day.
for Mother's Day, which
Yes, the natural holiday for us.
was for us to hang out. Two dog moms.
Yes, on the go.
But we went to see my new favorite movie,
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy. You saw it with me, my third viewing.
Yeah. I do that as well with films, but I feel like you surpass me on some of them where like I feel like this could be your new Titanic.
It really, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I have an addictive personality. If something makes me feel good,
Yeah.
I want to do it over and over.
Yeah. Like I did that with Hairspray, the movie musical.
I did too.
I made everyone go.
I saw and you want to spread the feeling.
Yes, the fun.
The fun.
That movie felt like you were really watching a Broadway show.
Totally agree.
And that's what I felt. Like I was like, you got to. You must.
I was a tour guide at Universal. I remember walking in, skipping in, listening to the soundtrack to that.
Soundtrack is so good.
I wanted to be in that movie all the time. It was so joyful and fun.
So good, yeah.
Okay, so you get it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've talked that much about Fall Guy. You guys know I may have mentioned I did get to see an early screening of it in March. I saw a press screening that the cast came to, and then Ryan, he was only going to stay for 10 minutes. He stayed for the whole fucking movie.
It's probably for you.
Probably for me. I think he recognized me from Pinkberry when we
You met him in Pinkberry?
I did.
Tell
God.
the story. Am I supposed to be facing out?
No, wherever you want to face.
Oh.
You look great.
Thank you. I feel great.
The tits look great.
Oh, thanks. Those are just always going to.
There's just always
The
gonna
rest
look
of me
great.
won't fall in line.
No. You look great.
Yeah, I'm not this insecure. I think I'm tired.
No, I think you're tired, and also you're a comic, so it's like we've got to self-deprecate a
Fixing
little.
my hair and the thing. This is distracting to see yourself.
It is. I
Because
know.
I'm like, what if I just dropped down? I'm like,
yeah, just do a real like hair shake. Whatever you want.
Gross.
People get it.
They
you
do.
Look great.
So you met him at Pinkberry?
Yes, the Glitterati's heard this story a few times, but strap in, guys, because I'll tell the abbreviated version. I worked at Pinkberry in 2006 during crazy Pinkberry,
When it was at the height.
Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox came in once.
Wow.
Jason Bateman came in.
Hold on.
It was a who's who of Hollywood's
Which Pinkberry?
Studio City.
I would not have guessed that's the one that they all walked into.
Right?
But I can appreciate that. But holy shit.
So I worked at that one. I was like 21, I think, 22. And it's the one right on Ventura and like Laurel Canyon. And I remember the first day the girls were like, I was like, oh, so what like celebs come in? And they were like, Ryan Gosling is one of our regulars. And I was just
regular at Pinkberry?
a regular. You don't understand. People would come in, you guys, and like ask for our uniforms. Like they'd be like, do you sell those shirts? And I was like, you mean my uniform that I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Pinkberry felt like you were doing something healthy.
Yes. Even though really it was like...
Even though you were not.
Yeah, you were not.
No.
Well, they're like, oh, it's like sour. Maybe because like it doesn't taste quite as good as ice cream. It's like better
like
for
it's
you.
for your gut.
Yeah, or something. So my first day, they're like, he comes in, he's a regular. And I'm like, oh my God, this was like 2006. Notebook was like a couple years old,
Yeah.
It was like he had really come into his own.
Was he still with McAdams?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So, because they kind of broke, they were kind of on and off.
Yes,
so I don't know
correct.
if they were on or off. But they forgot to tell me that there was also a Ryan Gosling lookalike that came in regularly.
Who is it?
So
Is he famous now?
no, he's not.
He's just hot.
He's just hot. So we have a long line of customers just ravenous for this fucking sour yogurt.
They need their probiotics.
They need the probiotics. There's a line out the door. This guy who I think is Ryan Gosling is approaching the counter. And I'm like, oh my God, here's my moment. I'm so awkward and nervous in front of this person that I'm like, Like, he leaves, nothing of note happens. I'm like, I blew it with Ryan Gosling. Like, 2 people behind him was a really hot guy. Really hot. Just, like, beautiful. Just the right amount of facial hair.
Yeah.
Hottie. And I'm like, who's this hot guy? And I make a joke. He laughs. This angel got a large green tea yogurt with mochi, blackberries, and raspberries. Like,
I love that you remember exactly what he got.
yes, of course I do.
Just in case you're ever his wife.
Just in case, so I could get it for
Babe, your Pinkberry the huge. I mean,
I asked for the mochi special. Back then, the mochi was like a secret thing.
yeah, the mochi wasn't obvious. People would probably mistake it with lychee.
Yes,
right?
yes. So, okay, so
Idiots.
this guy comes in, you know, that happens. I'm like, okay, well, I blew it with Ryan Gosling, but the hot guy, maybe that'll lead to something. And the girls leave and they go, yeah, he leaves, and the girls go, you just made Ryan Gosling laugh. And I was like, what? And they were like, I was like, no, it was really awkward. No, I would go, that other guy was Ryan. They would go, no, that was Ryan Gosling that you were just talking to. The other guy is a lookalike. We forgot to tell you there's a lookalike that also comes in.
I love that your training at Pinkberry is also who the celeb lookalikes and regulars are. It's like, here, before we go any further, we need you to know.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling and his lookalike. Is it his stunt double?
Yes.
Is it?
Wait, is it what?
Is it a stunt double? Are they related in any way?
No, they were not related in any way. Look, he looked like Ryan Gosling, but like not as hot. Like I was like, that guy was a little disappointing if that was Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
But like it looked enough like him.
Yeah.
But then the other guy was so hot, I didn't recognize it was Ryan. Like he had like facial hair I hadn't seen him with before, and he was just really hot. So that happened. I was convinced he was going to come back and find me. He did not. But then I kept seeing him in Studio City after that.
Mr. Gosling?
Mr. Gosling.
Sorry, we had to lean in.
Yeah, lean in for that.
Mr. Gosling?
Yeah, I did see Mr. Gosling a couple more times on Ventura Boulevard. I used to see
How'd
him
it
a lot.
go?
I mean, he never recognized me as the girl who made him laugh at Pinkberry, so not well.
Were you wearing your Pinkberry shirt?
I should have, but you're right. I should have been
How are
wearing
you going to
that.
be identified?
I should have been wearing the visor at all times after that.
God, I bet you thrive in a visor.
I do look good in a visor.
I do not. There's no way I do.
Wait, you've worked with a lot of celebrities. Have you ever come across the Goss?
Never. One time he opened Black Cat, Black Cat the restaurant on Sunset. When I moved over to the east side, I saw him sitting at the bar, but I acted correctly and just act like he wasn't there.
Right.
And I was like, if he wants it,
Yeah.
he'll notice it.
Yeah, he'll
And as you can tell, there's a lot to notice. I was skinnier.
It's so good. I would notice.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, thanks for listening to that story.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Once
I just didn't know about this groundbreaking Pinkberry interaction.
It was a groundbreaking interaction, but he was cool. He was like who you'd want him to be. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
not pretentious, like chill dude. Again, laughed at my joke. I was like, oh my God, he dated Sandra Bullock. Like maybe he'll see the connection, but like I'm a quirky, funny brunette, you know.
Yes. I can't believe he didn't.
That's where my head went.
No, that's where all our fucking heads
He
go.
dated Sandra, so he will want me. You know?
I mean, why wouldn't he?
We're the same person.
You're
basically.
exactly the same. I mean, you do have similarities.
We do. I've been told I remind people of her before.
I mean, I get told I look like Emma Stone so much in a thinner body. I don't mean to be negative about myself, but it's the truth.
I get Emma Stone from you for sure.
And I have thought in my head, well, if he liked Emma Stone at all,
Yeah.
he'll like me.
He'll be it. Exactly.
And I do way less nostril acting because she's like,
oh my God, the nostril acting.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah, she is a nostril actor. Oh my God. There's
Like-
a lot of
a lot of nasal work.
strong muscles in
Yeah,
there.
she's got big,
She's got
big nose muscles.
Yep, she
Yeah.
does.
Bless her.
God bless.
Bless her nose.
Is that your most frequent celebrity lookalike?
Yes.
Yeah. I get it, because the voice and vibe is kind of
Yeah.
like you're cool, you don't take yourself very seriously.
Thank you.
You're
I
fun.
don't see it, but I
Likeable.
understand. I did that deep fake app once.
Yeah.
You know, when you like, and I did Crazy Stupid Love, the scene with her and Ryan when they're like at his house. And literally it does not look different.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
And people just thought I was posting a clip from Crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is the deep fake.
This is me.
Like, I guess I get it. I'm a little more white trash version,
I love that.
which I embrace.
That's fun. White
I don't
trash
wanna
Emma Stone.
Oh my God.
Fun.
She's so thin. Her collarbones are in danger. They're just out. What will she do?
Oh my God. Okay, so speaking of Crazy Stupid Love, I didn't know that it could get better chemistry-wise than Ryan and Emma, but I gotta be honest, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's great, but also I never thought Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, they were not my favorite chemically.
You weren't.
Rachel McAdams.
When you're in the
when I'm putting
lab,
energy and
when
energy.
you're in the lab.
Yep. When I put my goggles on. I don't see it. I mean, I get it. I didn't think Crazy Stupid Love was this groundbreaking rom-com the way a lot of people did.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I've seen it once.
Yeah,
it's not a revisit for me.
Wow.
But I'll say,
that says
like,
something.
They've worked together so many times. You're like, well, there must be something to this chemistry, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
What's
it
the
was La
other?
La Land
La La Land.
and Crazy Stupid Love. And was there a
God,
third one?
I hated La La Land. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't, that also, I don't have a super strong feeling one way or the other. I don't love it the way, like, people love it and saw it. Like, the way I was with Titanic, people were with La La Land.
I went on a date to see La La Land. We were standing outside the movie theater, the Vista.
I knew it was the Vista. In
You
my
did?
head, I was picturing
Did
the
you feel
Vista.
it?
I felt it.
And now Quentin Tarantino bought it. Someone drove by and said, La La Land sucks. And honestly, this was after we saw it already. So we were walking out, and I laughed so hard because, yes.
Yeah.
It didn't suck. What for me, I wasn't interested in watching Emma Stone be this like starving actress.
Yeah.
It didn't play for me.
Yeah.
And I also, what was so funny to me is there was an like black box theater show about, it was a guy dressed as Emma Stone's character.
Okay.
And basically it was the one woman show she wrote.
Oh my God.
Did you never see this?
No.
He wrote the one woman show, what it would have been, and the front seat was saved for Ryan Gosling's character.
Hilarious.
And he never came, but it's just him walking around like, oh my God. And like, it's so good.
That's so good.
So that's the only reason I liked La La Land as a whole, but otherwise not a fan.
I thought, I just think it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't feel like I don't hate it, but I only saw it one time.
Yeah, and I barely saw it one time. I mean, I was there, but I went for snacks quite a bit.
Yeah. And
it's like, who knew I'd need another
the Coke freestyle machine.
I mean, I just feel like, hey, popcorn refills?
Yeah.
They're like, ma'am? Third time.
I also didn't, I want a happy ending. And I know it's like whatever. Spoiler alert, you guys, they don't end up together.
Which is dumb.
So dumb.
You wasted all my time.
Exactly.
All
That's
of it.
how I felt.
I need a medium to happy ending.
Me too.
It's like that movie Little Black Book with Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
She don't get together with him?
No.
It's like, what am I doing?
It's like, what are we watching? The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn? No one wanted that ending.
At least they met up later and you saw an intention of rekindling.
Yes.
This was like, and they show on the DVD extras.
Of The Breakup?
They show the few endings. They show, because they shot it in Chicago.
No, and they had a couple endings.
They had a couple different endings because when they screened it, people didn't like the ending they had, so they rewrote it. That's why they look a little more different in the end.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Well, you guys, if you can't tell, we're talking about rom-coms today. That was a 25 minute long
lead-in.
Lead-in.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get
Renee
to the meat
sounds like she wants to fall asleep.
No, Renee's, poor Renee. She's about to fall asleep.
It's the weather.
It is the weather.
Yeah, it is the weather.
It's slightly cloudy.
It is, but it has been the last couple days have been like I just stay in this bed all day.
Oh yeah,
and watch rom-coms.
Me too.
Which I did.
Me too. But let's talk Fall Guy, and
Okay.
then we'll get to another big one that's come out, which I wouldn't really even consider a rom-com. The second movie we're talking about.
Really?
But we'll get to that.
Well, it's
Not a lot of calm.
They think it is.
Okay, great. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But first, I want to talk about my new favorite movie, The Fall Guy.
Okay.
Again, I went to the early screening. He watched with us. We got to see the whole cast, do a Q&A. And also what was cool is It's okay. I get it, Renee. I'm fucking boring.
My God, the recapping of this is dragging. Nobody.
Renee is literally making eye contact, yawning aggressively in my face.
The fuck?
Like, wrap it up, bitch. So I went to the screening. Not only was the cast there and did Ryan sit and watch with us, but
We heard.
You guys, the cast was
You guys,
there.
he was only going to stay for 5 minutes, and what happened?
He was there the whole time.
Can you even?
He's so perfect to me.
Yes, I will tell you, yes.
He's
I
so
agree.
fucking
I
charming.
agree.
Even not even just like in a romantic way. Like, you just want to be his friend.
Well, I'd like to kiss him.
I'd like to make out with him as well.
Kissing should, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So not only was he there, the stunt people, like
Very
quite
cool.
a few of the stunt performers were in the movie, and the director was there, and it's a love letter to stunt performers because the director, I believe, was a stunt coordinator. He directed Bullet Train. He's the John Wick guy. He's very into stunts and everything. So they wrote this love letter. And, it's also based on a show, I guess, back in the day, The Fall Guy.
Oh, it is? I was thinking, is it?
I didn't watch it, so I don't.
I mean, I didn't either, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the Fall Guy's about.
I don't either, but apparently it's also that. But anyway, they did, there's one car roll scene they do 8.5 rolls, and that actually did set a record. So they presented the guy who did that stunt with the Guinness Book of World Records award at the screening. So it was just a very lively
That's
bunch.
cool.
It
That's
was cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what were your thoughts on the movie? Was this one, did you like it? Did you not?
I liked it a lot. I would watch it again. I think I didn't realize what the story was exactly. I knew in the trailer it kind of portrays itself as like he's trying to be, it's an action movie,
Right.
but there's not love right at the beginning.
Right.
Like it's something that she's like trying to fight.
Right.
So I was shocked when the first scene where he gets out of commission.
Yeah.
Without giving it all away. But
Yeah.
like I was surprised.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny. I really liked them together. I didn't even think it was too long, which seems to be the epidemic of any movie now.
I know.
Yeah.
I believe it's 2 hours and 7 minutes.
What? Do you believe, or you know in your deepest of hearts?
I know it's 2 hours and 7 minutes, and I could keep watching for another 2 hours.
Yeah, I could not. I was happy for it to end just because there's nowhere else to go. Like,
I just loved it.
I loved it too. I really thought it was good. I love an action rom-com.
Me too.
I love an action movie, so I appreciated that a lot. And Ryan, he was fat and he looked fat.
Oh my God. So you guys, we're starting the movie and I'm like, oh, I've heard that Ryan has gotten Botox. Or wait, there was a pre-movie thing where Ryan and the director are on screen.
Yeah.
They're like, thanks for coming to the theater to see
Yeah.
this, blah, blah, blah. And
I'm
I go,
surprised you don't know it by heart.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
I'm like, well, Ryan does the little texting bit. Yeah. But I said to you, I go, a lot of people think he got.
I heard it
filler.
as I believe he got. I know you're trying to say face in the public eye. It felt like a complete attack on your part.
No, okay. So I had noticed he had looks maybe like he got a little bit of filler. And
Here's
then
the honesty.
I did take to the internet to
You
see
see?
if other people do have this theory as well.
It's like WebMD for Botox.
Yeah.
I took to the internet and Googled Botox celebrities,
Yes.
and he showed up.
He showed up, but you said maybe he's just a little chubby, which is
I meant
fucking
like
hysterical.
full in his face.
But
it became a joke throughout the
the
whole
whole
thing.
movie, because you guys, he is so ripped and fit in this movie. His body looks insane, and so every time it would show like his like ripped bulging bicep, I'd be like, what a fat ass.
Like he's so gross.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Did you ever go to a high school reunion and everyone who was hot is like high school reunion fat? That's what they call
Yes.
them. And that's just a fuller gentleman's face. And I can't in my heart believe that Ryan, the bro of guys, would go get Botox. So I offered that notion.
So here's my thing: is I wouldn't have thought he would have done that
Right.
either. But do you remember when he got cast as Ken?
Yeah.
All these fucking Gen Z people were like, he's too old to play Ken. So maybe that just,
I bet you he gave them all the middle finger.
I'm sure. I mean, he did with
Yeah.
that performance.
I mean,
Come on.
yes. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he has, but that doesn't mean he hasn't. And if he has, God bless.
God bless.
Maybe evil. What's her name? Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes.
I think he calls her Ava.
Ava.
Yeah.
Is it Eva or Ava? Ava. It's got to be Ava.
It's got to be Ava.
Yeah.
Why would he call her the wrong name this whole time? But I thought it was always Eva Mendes.
Yeah.
But I guess it's Ava. It does not matter. The internet also says they have a troubled marriage, which I also don't believe.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
So it is what it is, but he looks great. Whatever
Looks
he's doing,
so hot.
keep the needles
Keep it up.
rolling. Keep the needles
keep
rolling.
That filler fucking filling, buddy.
Yeah. Do you think it's fillers or Botox?
I think it's fillers.
Okay, that's fair.
Just around the eyes.
Just
Just a little kiss of the,
Yeah.
just around his cheeks looks really.
It does make his face look fuller.
It does.
It does, and I don't know that it's a good or a bad thing, but
I see to me, like, look at Brad Pitt. I don't think Brad Pitt has really had much done.
God bless him.
God bless, right? And like, even though he's just like, his bone structure just keeps getting better. I feel.
Well, men do tend to age.
I
better.
know. Fuck you guys.
They don't get this double chin.
Oh, see, for me, like,
You
yeah,
don't have one. You have a pointier chin than I do.
I do have a pointy chin.
You're more. Look at. I hate this.
I know, we're just
Look at these. Look at
this
me.
whole thing.
I
we're
look like an ice
now
cream
we're just
sandwich.
Picking apart, did you just say you look like an ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, this is the chocolate, and
I
this
love
is
it.
the the chocolate.
Oh my God, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
No.
I'm just kidding. This whole time I've been talking about my chubbiness, and honestly, that's my only inside. That's my inside journey.
I love it.
It's not you.
No, you
didn't
look.
call me
I won't agree with you there.
That's
but
good. That's what a normal friend
The
does.
color palette of the ice cream sandwich. I
Is
see.
alive and well because I love ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah.
You can tell what's subconsciously on my mind.
Yeah, I can, and I love
They're
it.
delicious little snacks.
You also made fun of me because before the movie we got a boba, and
She said she was full. She goes, "Oh, I'm so full from the." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because you're a vegan."
it is. 'cause
It
I'm
is
vegan.
like I'm like I could eat 4 hot dogs, a popcorn, and a cherry Diet Coke, which I didn't have a hot dog. Remember?
The pop. I know we got there. They didn't have the hot dogs ready.
No, they said 15 minutes. I go, they mustn't. I
No,
can't.
thank you.
Then she books. Is anyone in this world sit that far and high up at a movie theater?
I love.
She said this is the 3rd time we've been to a movie theater together, 4th, and I always let her pick the seats. We're all the way in the back. I thought I was like spying on my kids in the 5th row. It's like we're all the way at the top, like where parents go.
I love being in the back.
I can't see.
Really?
I like to be in the action.
Okay, you like to be in the heart of the action.
Yes. What am I gonna do? I could go home and watch it that far away.
See, I just like you can see the whole thing.
When can you not see the whole thing? Truly, though.
Well, I also like that you can check your phone. No one's behind you.
I feel you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. We talked about your Italian issues.
And my Italian, like
Yeah.
I like that I'm in the back. No one's behind me.
Who's coming for you?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Barely anybody.
No, clearly not Ryan Gosling.
Nobody is coming for me. They think I'm just like a young mom chilling out by herself in a
Me
theater.
too.
I love it.
Oh my God.
I'll sit right in the middle and look at kids like,
Yeah.
shh, 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 shh. No, I never do that.
That's so funny.
So high.
So high.
I was out of breath by the time we got to the top.
Look, there were a lot of stairs we had to.
There were a lot.
get up.
When she turned a corner, then there were more stairs. I was like, I've never turned a corner in my life to get to my seat. And even your friend Adriana was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, Jesus. And Mitch knows the score.
Mitch knows.
Mitch knew.
Mitch knew what was happening.
He's like, oh, we're going up.
Yeah, he's
we're
like
higher. That's why I changed my shirt.
He's like, your nose might bleed. Yeah, Mitch did a wardrobe change.
Sure did.
First of all, we meet there. Mitch is shopping.
Which is, I shopped right before you got there.
You did. Everyone
It
was
made
shopping.
sense. Yeah.
I was like, Mitch, where are you? The movie's about to start. He's like, I'm in Banana Republic. We go in. It's the slowest Banana Republic I've ever been to.
The movement of this cashier, the checkout, what do we call them? Checkout people? I don't know.
Sure.
I worked retail. I don't have a proper name for it. But it was like it was like a mixologist.
Yes.
Where he like breathes heavy, like gives a whisper to the
Yeah.
ice before he throws it
Yes.
in and like gently kisses Rosemary before,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She was like,
Yeah.
and I was like, could you slow this could you fold this any floor? Yeah. Also, why he need the paper if he's just gonna rip it all off to change?
I know. He should have just been like, bitch, I'm putting this on
Honey,
right now.
hand it over.
Yeah.
She's
give
like,
it to me.
I was like, oh.
I know. No, thank
Banana
you.
Republic, it looks like where people go to die. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
neutral.
It's neutral. It's very like Yeezy season 2, you know?
Yes.
It's like,
Hopefully without the racism.
yeah,
but,
hopefully not.
But yes, I really liked it. I thought it was great. I would see it again. I like to see movies a couple times anyway, because in the first time, I'm always assuming I'm not paying enough attention. I don't know. My mind tends to wander.
I'm also like, sometimes I'm like, am I following everything?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I like to see things 2 times at the theater if
Yeah.
I really like it.
Though I was confident I got everything.
Yeah,
in the
I
first-
felt it. You felt it was almost like that thing where the person has seen it already and they go,
I was.
like when something happens, they're like,
I'm like,
wait till you see what's coming. That's
yeah,
the face.
That
Yeah.
was me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, ooh, wait till they see this.
Oh my God, I can't wait
oh
for
my
your
God, you're gonna
reaction.
shit here.
I'm always like that, and then if you don't react enough, I'm like, well, this person.
I
Clearly
know. I'm like, well,
doesn't
they
get
hate
it.
me. They hate me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if Mitch and Adriano enjoyed it as much as we did.
Really?
Well, look, I think they liked it, but you know,
It wasn't rom enough. I mean, it wasn't that
it was
rom.
more action.
Yeah.
than rom.
I agree.
Okay, out of 10 trash cans, and it's debatable whether trash cans are good or bad.
Okay.
So your interpretation. How many trash cans would you give?
Well, I would assume they'd be good because it's your.
I think good, but like if you're like trash cans is
You
kind of
have
like,
to be direct about it. It's your show. I
Right?
need to know. Are trash cans good for you?
I think they're good.
Okay.
I'm going to give it an 11 out of 10 trash cans.
That's a I didn't go higher. I'll give it 10. I don't know if I'm going 11.
It's fucking fun.
I'll give it 9, actually. Let me be honest.
Okay.
I think I have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I think so. There were a couple scenes that were too long.
Yeah.
Like a couple of the fight scenes, like the one with the girl. I was like, when does this end? When do we kill her?
Right.
We didn't kill her, but
Yeah.
I just thought it was a little over choreographed.
I get it. I get
I didn't
it.
hate it.
I just
I got to keep myself honest, though. Give
Yeah,
it a
no,
9.
you got to be honest.
Yeah.
The glitterati will know if you're not. So
Yeah, well, they can feel my
They can feel it.
my complacency and honesty.
Okay, so 9 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Have you guys seen it yet? Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'm interested to know that too.
I just thought they had such good chemistry
Great.
on screen.
It was a great cast.
Oh my God, the whole cast.
The whole cast was
Hannah Waddingham.
Waddingham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm biased because she did have bangs and brown hair and glasses. So I
great. Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah, it was like looking in the mirror.
it was like
yeah.
looking in the mirror, but I thought she was so fucking funny. I
Yeah,
thought
she was great.
everyone was great. And again, their chemistry was just,
Yeah, it was a well cast.
Emily's just so likable.
She is super likable. She was great in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought she was such a cute little director. It was funny at the Q&A where Ryan stayed for the whole movie. I don't know if
he
I
was supposed to
mentioned it.
stay 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
But he stayed the whole thing.
thing.
Did you guys hear that, everyone?
Someone asked if she wanted to be a director ever, and she was like, "Oh God, no! That sounds like way too much work." Like,
It really does.
yeah, it does sound like a lot of work. Okay, let's move on to our next movie that we're
Yes.
discussing, which I watched last night. You watched this weekend.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know that I would really. I feel like any romantic movie tends to be put in this rom-com category. Do you feel that? Where you're
Oh
like,
yeah, because it's a branding moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like this is more of a rom-dram, like a dramedy.
was it drama?
Yeah, I you guys, it's the idea of you with
yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
Princess Diary herself.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
So the whole time, I'll say I was pretty stoned, and I kept getting more stoned. Like as soon as it started, it was like 15 minutes in. I was like, I need to be way more stoned for this.
Oh, okay.
So I got more stoned.
Okay.
And do you know Jeff Keith?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So his wife had made him watch it, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Have you watched this movie?" Because we always talk about all the garbage
Yeah.
movies his wife makes him watch that I also love.
Of course, yeah.
So I was messaging with him, just making sure I was like getting it. I was like, "Is this what's happening?" Like this, she just wanders into his trailer, and yeah. So
Yeah.
I will say, though it was like wildly unbelievable and so stupid.
Yeah.
I was like grinning ear to ear. There was like a part of me that was really
You were
enjoying
high.
it.
First of all, how could someone give reviews like this? I need you to be stone cold sober. You need to really take it in. Everything is joyful when you watch it high.
But I picked up that it was like so stupid, you know, like I was texting him, this is insane. Like,
yeah,
truly insane.
Sure.
Like, I love my favorite trope of like movies where one person is wildly famous and then like they're connecting with a normie is that this wildly famous person just wants to like do dishes. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I just want to clean out your stinky refrigerator. Like that's like, it's like, okay, maybe this famous person, they probably want to be able to walk down the street without being recognized, but I don't think they want to like do dishes in your studio apartment.
That's not how I took that. But also she lives in a beautiful home in Silver Lake.
No, that is true.
Yes. How high were you?
I was pretty high.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So her fridge broke down.
Yeah.
And she needed to clean it out. And he said, I'll help you.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he went in and was like sussing out the expiration dates.
Yeah, but still, I just don't know. You really think you think Harry Styles is going to be like, I'm going to help you?
I do.
Really?
And I'd bring him over.
You'd bring him over?
Yes. That wasn't even my problem.
That was my
problem. He didn't bother me at all. It wasn't him. It was her.
Now,
like, God.
Are you an Anne Hathaway?
I like her. I don't care.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, I think she's done some great movies and I think she's likable. I did not feel that way about her now.
Okay.
Like she was like first, let's talk about how her daughter looked like her sister.
Yes.
And did not look 16 years old.
Mitch was like, even Mitch, who was not, he was walking in and out periodically. He goes, that girl's supposed to be 6. She looks 25.
She looked 25.
Yeah.
She was way too not a kid.
Yeah.
Also, she's like, I had my daughter really young. You were 24 if my calculations are right. That's not that young.
Yeah.
It's pretty average for
Yeah.
whatever the times would be when she got pregnant.
Yeah.
It's not like
crazy.
crazy.
It's not like a teen pregnancy.
No.
You're not going to be on
she's
MTV.
24.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's going to like, oops, I'm pregnant. Mm-hmm. Like she knew. I think that was unbelievable, and I had a hard time with that relationship and the way the girl was acting when she was like upset that he was too. I hated that.
Yeah.
I also thought Anne Hathaway looked haggard as fuck.
Yeah.
Not haggard. That's the wrong word. She looked wrong. Like she looked, and I couldn't suspend my disbelief that this woman, the way she was dressing and the way she was like, her whole stature, that she was like insecure.
Yeah.
Like she got cheated on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're boring, clearly.
Yeah.
Sorry. The whole character was a fucking snooze.
Yeah, I didn't understand like why. So you guys, if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert.
We're literally spoiling.
We're spoiling it.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a shit about this one.
Yeah, you won't care either.
Also, it doesn't matter if we spoil it. Trust me.
It's in the trailer. Everything's in the trailer.
It is. The whole movie's in the trailer.
The whole movie.
But she accidentally walks. She has to take her daughter to Coachella and gets. Which her daughter's not even a fan of this band anymore.
So the way they're saying it is like the father got it for her because they're like divorced at this point.
Right.
And he is so out of touch.
Oh, that he got
him thinking she's still this age that she's not anymore.
And for some reason, Anne Hathaway, even though the daughter has gone off to watch something else, Anne Hathaway's like, I'm gonna go get in line for the boy band.
Right, because at the end of the day, they have this VIP pass
Yes.
to go do it. So she goes in.
And she needs to use the restroom and just wanders into the Harry Styles character's trailer.
Yeah.
And doesn't realize, like, when she opens it, oh, this isn't just a bathroom. I'm in someone's trailer.
No, because she's so simple and just a regular woman.
She just has a probably $2.5 million home in Silver Lake. Just humble beginnings.
Like, I knew already who this woman was in Silver Lake. It's the one you're after at Sweet Greens.
Yeah.
And she's a monster.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
And I just love, like, how much they were pushing the East Side. Yeah, like, they were, like all the shots in the beginning of art. I'm like, okay, we get it. She lives on the East Side.
She's in art.
Yeah.
And she's in the Silver Lake.
Yeah.
And you're just like, who cares, you know? But it was interesting. Yeah, she walks in and she's, like, being a bitch about it.
Yeah, she's being a bitch. He comes out and she's like, can I go in now? And he's like, okay. And then she comes out and he's still there. And she's like, what are you doing here? It's like, bitch, are you this new to the world?
Yeah, the trailer was basic. Mm-hmm. Excuse
Renee's
me.
falling
I'm bored of
asleep.
Anne Hathaway. The trailer was basic. I don't know. All that bothered me is I didn't find her that fuckable.
You know, look, it's funny because like looking at her, she is like attractive.
Yeah.
But there's some sort of like sex appeal or something.
She doesn't
missing.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a sweetness or like an endearing awkwardness or something.
Yeah. They flash forward at the end to 5 years later, and I was saying to Justine that she actually looked better 5 years later. She looked more like herself. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was better.
Yeah.
Her hair was on a side swoop.
Well, also, as someone who has long, like a lot of dark hair, like it was so long in the beginning, it like overwhelmed her frame quite a bit.
It was culty.
Yeah, it was a very cult leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or cult wife.
Yeah. Wife of the cult leader.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't find her sex appeal to be of that a 24-year-old to her 40-year-old self would be like after it.
Totally. But as an almost 40-year-old, I was kind of here for it.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I was living out my Harry Styles fantasy.
Yeah, I always date younger guys, so I didn't. I was like,
oh,
I'm just kidding.
Wait, do you date younger? Do you?
I tend to. It's not on purpose.
How much younger do you usually go? How much younger would you go? Because this guy's
I can't really answer that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would go past 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's an energy thing. If they feel like my peer, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Or if it sneaks up on me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But
if it sneaks up.
yeah, meaning like if like I'm getting hunted down.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happened before. It's happened a couple times.
I get it.
But I also am immature. So, it's a whole energy thing.
I do. I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the movie was stupid.
I thought it was dumb.
But I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It was garbage, but I fucking might watch it again.
Did you watch Anyone But You?
Yes, I saw it twice in the theater.
I did too.
Yeah.
Still was bad the second time.
It was bad.
I like Glenn Powell a lot.
He's hot.
He's very
can get
attractive.
it. I mean, everyone in that movie is hot.
Yes.
I would fuck like everyone in that movie.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney, I've seen her act better.
Yeah.
Like she's been way more compelling in other things, but I thought she was good.
Yeah, she was fine. Fine. I don't think she's not like and I love Sydney Sweeney, everyone knows, but I don't think she's like the best comedic actress, but she's an incredible dramatic actress.
Yeah. She was good. I mean, the movie's just
hard.
Comedy is hard. She did a great job. They both did together. Glenn was really good.
Yeah.
I just thought it was too long.
Anyone But You?
Yeah.
Interesting. I also like anywhere where there's like a beautiful location. Like
Australia.
it was
which
so
is where Fall Guy was shot.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's going to Australia
Everyone's
now.
going to Sydney. Sydney Opera House is having a moment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, look, I think also what I didn't get in The Idea of You, which also that title just like not great.
It didn't make a lot of sense.
Just whatever. But she's like, no, I can't do this. You're too young for me. And then he's like, come on tour with me in Europe. And she's like, okay. It's like, wow, that didn't take a lot of convincing.
I mean,
and then she's on a coach flight out to see him. I'm like, did she have to pay for her travel? Did he buy her a coach
I
seat?
did think the same thing. I will say when you date someone younger, someone younger's into you, there is a lot of protest involved because you're like, why would you do this? You're like, you'd want to date younger girls or girls your age. And they're always like, nah. I want to date you. And you're like, why? My chin. But they do it anyway. So I get the protest part and then the quick give in.
She gave in real quick.
Well, they had probably really good sex.
Yeah, no, I bet it was good.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing is she walks in and it's like she's gone from saying no to saying yes. And she walks in to meet him in New York and is led into his hotel, and just immediately she's like a different person. She's like a woman of the night at this point.
Yes.
She takes
Her
off her
energy
jacket.
changed
Her
way
energy
quick.
changed so significant. I was like, okay, I'm stoned, but like I don't know that this was an earned that big of a switch.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I guess they thought they built it up enough for us. And there was probably a moment where she, if I could guess. Well, first of all, I just want to say that this script was co-written by Jennifer Westfeldt, if you know who that is. She dated John Hamm a really long time. She put him in her movies.
Oh.
And then the one I like the most of hers is Friends with Kids. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh, you would love it.
Really?
It's really
Who's
good.
in it?
It's Jennifer Westfeldt, Maya Rudolph, Kristen Wiig, John Hamm.
Oh.
They shot it in, I want to say, a week.
Okay.
It was a very last minute thing.
I love it.
It's really good. Jennifer Westfeldt and Adam. Who's the dude? Adam. Yes. Is their best friends.
Okay.
And they live in the same skyrise building.
Yeah.
In New York. And their friends are having babies, and they're all like getting in their 40s, if not their 40s. And she's like, do you want to just have a kid together? And they do, and they remain friends. But it's like a really good, it's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to blow it because I love it.
No. Okay. I'll
Watch it. You'll like it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a rom-com in itself.
Okay, great.
But Jennifer Westfeldt's done some great movies, and she puts herself in it.
yeah.
So I really liked that. I like her. So that's why I was more open to watching it. But then, there are a few issues.
There
But
are a few issues.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was good.
I enjoyed it despite there being some very like over the top, like kind of unbelievable things happening.
Also, like 5 years later, they give him a beard.
Yeah.
Like that
And like
ages
some
him.
more hair. Like they made his hair a little longer.
Yeah, I don't know how you made Anne Hathaway look younger and you made him look like a kid with a beard.
Yeah.
He was like a child in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, like, major spoiler, you guys, they don't end up together, and then like at the very end, you think that like she breaks it off with him because her daughter's getting so much shit.
Her daughter can kiss my ass.
I know. I'd be
the
like,
whole thing.
I'm getting good dick. Like you can
Also, Mom, do it.
yeah.
Do it, Mom.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
And then she cares.
And then suddenly she's like,
The
"But I'm
dad is
getting
worried."
bullied."
Yeah.
Oh, and then the dad starts calling her his wife, and it's like,
Yeah, I hated him.
yeah, I didn't like him either.
I know his wife in real life.
Oh,
We waited tables together.
really? Where at
Houston's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay, name drop.
well, I met him one time at a holiday party,
Oh.
and his girlfriend at the time, they just started dating. I don't know if you've ever, I'm not going to say her name, but she did stand up a little bit. I was like a bitch about it because I was like, I said something to the effect of, with stand up, you want to do the same material over and over
Right.
so that you can hone it in
Right.
and whatever. And I was doing a one woman show, and she was like, oh, I thought you had to do the same material over and over again. And I wanted to be like, I am not the guru of comedy. Just because we all wait tables together and you don't like what I said, I don't think you're funny.
Yeah.
So I'm being nice.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you you're not funny. She did it as a character.
Weird.
Yeah, she did Tammy Joe shows a couple times.
Oh.
But anyway, the story goes, she slid into his DMs. He liked what he saw. They're married with kids now.
In real life?
Yeah.
That couple is married in real life.
No, not her.
Oh.
She wasn't in the movie.
Oh.
His real girlfriend, his real wife.
Oh,
I
his
know.
real life.
Sorry, that was confusing.
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, she was not in it.
Okay, great.
But that was like whenever I see him, I just think of her.
Got it.
Like as a dick. I used to be I am not a fan of his, but I like him. I think he's cute, and
Yeah.
I don't know him. Literally spoke for 1 second at a
Right.
party, but I just don't.
Not a fan of the wife.
No, she made me not a fan.
Yeah.
She was like a dick,
Yeah.
acting like I was one.
Right.
When I was just like, I don't want to help you do something that I'm fighting to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a crazy
No.
thing.
No,
But
it's not.
Yeah.
Does she still do stand up?
No.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
Well, why would she?
Yeah.
I'm sure. God forbid she hears this. She also chews with her mouth open.
Okay. Oh, we're getting all the tea here.
She's a model.
All the tea.
She was a model.
Oh,
Meaning,
burns.
I don't know.
Burns.
She actually looks like Barbie.
Oh, really? Like Margot Robbie?
No.
Okay.
The doll.
The doll.
Her shape and everything. She's beautiful. She's a
wow.
beautiful girl.
Okay.
But she's clearly unhappy with me
Oh,
because I told her you have to repeat.
Yeah. She didn't like
You're
that.
set. No. And then
like
how dare I branch off and do a one-woman show? I was like, I've been doing this for 8 years at
Yeah.
the time. It was like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Did this just get weird?
No. People get weird.
I just start going off
I
about
know.
her.
Renee's sobbing at the end. She's
Why?
unpacking all this
Why
trauma.
did she do this to me? I'm sorry I was a big server.
No, you were. You were.
I was the I was the trainer.
You were the hoe.
I was the train.
The trainer.
I was the hoe of Houston's.
I love you. Put the hoe in Houston.
Yeah, I wish I did.
That would be.
I would love to be a bigger hoe. I'm just
Really?
not doing it.
No.
No.
Well, it's never too late. You know.
It's true. My
I
body's
mean,
still here.
And Anne Hathaway is, she's taught us.
I'm just gonna go after boy banders.
Yeah. Would you? So he's like 15 years younger.
Yeah.
You would?
It depends. Like I said,
Yeah.
if he's an idiot, no.
Yeah.
If he's a regular dude and he's pursuing me and he's rich, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. And also, remember the part I really was like, okay, what is, he comes into her gallery
Yeah.
and he's like, I'll buy everything. And she gets like mad at him.
Well, because I think I get that because he's
Really?
just coming in and acting like, it's like, don't waste our time.
Yeah, but
This is actual art that I curated.
yeah, I get it. But also it's like, but make that money, bitch.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
I didn't.
I mean, he brings it up later, doesn't he? He says something along the lines of like, well, you don't have to go to work. I bought all your stuff.
Yeah.
Which was a little much.
Well, I was here for it though. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was hot. He looked like Matt Rife.
He did look like Matt Rife.
But a better looking version. Matt Rife's a nice guy. I don't mean this in a bad way, but like he looked like a more well-rounded Matt Rife, like a little more thick.
Yeah. Thick.
Yeah, like built,
Like Ryan Gosling. And
like Ryan
the Fall
Gosling in The Fall Guy. Well, he was so fat.
Guy. What a fat ass.
What a chub. If he's listening, drop a few.
Drop
if
a
you
few.
do it, I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. God, Ryan. Ryan's so hot. This guy was hot. I
Yeah.
thought the other guys in the boy band were.
They seemed way more regular, didn't they?
I know one of them.
Who?
The one who played. He's a dancer, so I know him from like knowing dancers.
Yeah.
His name's Slavic in real life. He was on So You Think You Can Dance, like one of the last seasons that they did.
Oh,
it.
I fell off
You
the
fell
last
off.
two.
He was great. He was my favorite. He's so hot.
Is it the one who's like kind of comes off like the bad boy, or is it the one who plays his friend?
He has like a hat.
Yeah, and he's kind of got that Donnie Wahlberg
Yes.
like in his heyday of boy bands.
Yes. Yeah. And he's got like
He's hot.
blondish hair.
Yeah, he's hot, yeah.
Yeah, he's hot.
He seemed like a dick though.
Yeah, he's really nice in real life.
Well, he does great acting.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
I hated him.
I also love how the younger people were just out of nowhere. They were just like assholes to her. Like
Yeah.
no one would ever act that way, right?
They would act that
think?
way, 100%.
Really?
When I was 30,
Okay, yeah, tell me.
I worked at Houston's, and this guy, there was a girl from Chicago.
Okay.
She liked one of the bartenders
Okay.
at Houston's. I'm fun.
You're fun. You're the
I'm
most
funny.
fun.
I'm whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care. They don't know that I'm older than them, so I'm acting like a woman who doesn't need attention.
Right.
And she found out my age.
Uh-huh.
And we were at a house thing.
Mm-hmm.
She could tell that he was like talking to me more, and she goes, "Oh, Renee, quit acting 30." Like it is a highly insecure bullshit thing girls do to each
Wow.
other. That's why I barely talk about my age, because wherever I am, someone has something to say, and to me, it's like we're all gonna get to be the same age.
That's the thing.
And it's not like we're all that much older than each other, but it's like something clicks. So that's why, I stopped saying anything, because I was like, she was quit acting 30. He didn't give a shit that I was 30. But I looked at her and I go, what do you mean acting like I am secure and have a bank account? What's 30?
Yeah.
And just like that kind of shit. So women are assholes to each other.
The guy was such a dick too, though.
He's probably jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are dumb.
Yeah, people are dumb. Wow. Every point I'm making, Renee is defending this movie. I think you liked it a little more than you think you did.
No, I just think it had relatable moments to any woman who dates someone who's younger. And
Yeah.
I'd never dated anyone 15, not even past maybe 7 years.
I don't think I've dated anyone younger.
Just 7 years. And that's because, honestly, they came for me. You know what I mean? And it was like 27 to my 32, 27 to my 30. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it wasn't crazy, but I just think, yeah, that part was relatable, and I actually hated it. I didn't like that.
Really?
That we haven't evolved.
Yes. Yeah. Look, I will say when she came out with like not a bathing suit on and this like denim, like oversized dress, remember?
No.
That's when they started making fun of her.
Oh, because she didn't just let it out?
Yeah. And I'm like, bitch, you have a good body. Like, why are you acting like you're
Right.
hot? Like,
Yeah.
and like, that wasn't super, but like she looks and she sees the young girls outside. And I'm like, your body is just as hot as theirs.
Yeah. If not better.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
okay.
weird what we do to ourselves.
Yeah, no, it is. So what would you, the ending though. Let's just talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
So at the end, like 10 minutes before it ends, she's like, I can't do this. My poor daughter, she's miserable. Everyone's making fun of her. In 5 years, if we're both single, whatever.
He said that,
he
didn't
says
he?
that. He says that. And she's like, okay, but take a chance to be happy or whatever. They say goodbye.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts to 5 years later. Neither of them, I just did not believe that neither of them.
Well, she looks better, and her hair is better. She actually looked better.
Yeah.
She looked healthier.
Yeah.
He has this, like we talked about, this chia pet grown
The beard.
beard. He's a solo guy. Graham Norton makes an appearance twice in this film, his show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and then she shows up at her gallery.
Of course, the gallery.
She just has welled up eyes. She can't believe it.
He's there. Neither of them found anyone.
No.
I was talking to Jeff. Jeff Keith really was like, that ending was so fucking stupid. He's like, you wouldn't think that like after 6 months they wouldn't just call each other and be like, hey, I think it's just you. Can we just figure this out?
Yeah.
You know, even 3.5 years, you know?
3.5 years makes more sense because that's when she was going to be out of high school.
Right, exactly.
I was like, am I watching Sex in the and Just Like That?
Yeah.
When Aiden's like, 5 years.
yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
5 years?
5
Get
years.
out of here.
I know.
Although I have been single for 5 years.
You have?
Well, I haven't had a real boyfriend in 5 years. I've dated guys, but nothing like...
Interesting.
It flies by.
It does fly
It
by.
does
I
fly
was
by.
single for a long time in my 20s.
Yeah, and I was never single.
Really?
So I feel like the universe is like, why don't you take a beat?
Oh.
Figure
I was
it
single
out,
for like
yeah.
all of my 20s.
Really?
Yeah, like 20 to, I dated a guy a couple times, but it was never like super long term or serious.
Yeah.
I get it. You're about to yawn again.
Why?
I get you're really bored.
Why? I have no oxygen. In Utah, I use the oxygen can.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
because the altitude.
Oh, yeah, the outside.
I was like,
I'm from Denver. Don't talk to me about altitude.
wasn't trying to compete with you. Have you ever used a can of oxygen?
I've never.
Well, then you don't win.
I
Sorry.
don't win.
Either
I
way.
don't. I get the I don't know.
Yeah, when an onset medic gives it to you. It's probably just my heart from all my burgers I'm eating. Go ahead.
Have you been having a lot of burgers?
I just eat like shit.
You really?
No. Kinda. I just have beet
Put the
juice.
beet juice.
I'm gonna just keep drinking that every day.
Yeah.
And being like, is it working?
It's working.
Well, I have a real insecure episode here. How will we cut it out?
No, you're great. I don't think it's insecure. It's funny.
In the beginning, I'm like, oh, good. It's just like, wow, get it together.
But then you're like, but I get all these fucking hot young guys.
I don't. Not anymore.
I feel like you do.
I mean, yeah, sure.
They still like you a little bit.
Hot? I don't know.
Define hot. What would you
Oh,
rate
sorry.
this movie?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I would give it a 5.
Okay.
What would you give it higher?
Maybe a 7.
Okay.
Just 'cause-
I love movies. I love garbage movies. I love movies
Yeah.
that make no sense.
yeah.
But I don't think I'll go higher than 5 just for the sake of it wasn't that it wasn't unbelievable. It was that I didn't believe it.
Interesting.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Like some could probably believe it, but in my head I'm like, this is not the woman
Right.
that he haunts
Right.
to go out with her.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing, and I'm still gonna stick with a 7 because I will probably watch it again.
Please
But,
do. I almost watched it again last night.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't understand like why he was so drawn to her. You know?
Because she's an adult woman who didn't need him. She didn't need anything he was serving. She wasn't a fan.
Yeah, but it's like,
That's what gets him.
I guess
It's like,
he was just like so taken with her though.
yeah.
I guess maybe he couldn't have her, so he wanted to like.
He probably knew he could, but he wanted her versus like he could have her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we should teach a class about
We
this.
should teach a class on this movie.
Okay.
I feel like I just gave a full professorial.
I do too. We're really getting into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we break,
Yes.
what are your favorite rom-coms? Like top 3.
Yeah, that's tough.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, The Holiday,
Okay.
While You Were Sleeping,
I love it.
and I feel like I have to put something Hugh Grant in there.
Sure.
Oh, what's the one? Why am I blanking on the name? Hugh Grant and Julianne Moore.
Oh,
What is it? 9 Months.
9 months.
Yeah.
9 months is good.
9 Months is so good. Tom Arnold is hilarious in
Yes.
it. Robin Williams is hilarious in it.
Yes.
I think it's very underrated. I also think While You Were Sleeping is very underrated.
I love While You Were Sleeping.
It's so good.
I think mine would be French Kiss with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
When Harry Met Sally is a
Classic.
classic. And I don't know if this qualifies as a rom-com, but Family Stone.
Okay.
I think it's like got a good.
Yeah.
It's twisted,
It is twisted.
but I don't mind it.
Everyone swaps partners.
I know.
It's a big swapperoonie.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
you
it's
notice neither of us picked one with Anne Hathaway because she is the cilantro, like we said, of
I like cilantro.
actresses. I know. Because like either people hate her or they like her.
Yeah, I really don't have a strong opinion of her, and I do think she's attractive.
Yeah.
Like conventionally, she has a very pretty face.
Sure.
I just there's some like essence. I feel the same way I think about Taylor Swift. There's like a sex appeal that
Sure.
it's not there for
No,
me.
it's missing.
It's missing.
Like they both seem like they have big feet and look good in ballet flats.
Yes.
Right? Like they would be at Banana Republic cleaning
Yes.
up.
Yes.
And they look great in it.
Yeah.
They're pretty people. They're attractive. But I've never once watched Taylor Swift and been like, I want to be sexy like that. I've never
Yeah.
looked at Anne Hathaway and been like, I want to be a princess.
Yeah.
Never. I never. That's the truth. Also, Meg Ryan kind of falls into that, but Meg Ryan has much more.
She's like got this quirkiness about her.
She's got this like childlike adult woman
Yeah.
thing that I can see why is attractive.
Yeah.
Have you seen French Kiss?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, it's one of my favorites.
It's great.
You can't watch it anywhere. I had to buy the DVD.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought about French Kiss not too long ago. Who's the guy in French Kiss again?
Kevin Kline
And then
and the guy from it's the guy from Ordinary People, the movie.
Yeah.
But he's been in other stuff. I just can't think of it.
You know what else I love is You've Got Mail. So good.
You've Got Mail I like. It's not on my top list of things to watch without thinking about it.
Do you prefer Sleepless in Seattle to You've Got Mail?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so fascinating.
Because I like Tom Hanks. In that era, Tom Hanks was so great as a rom-com guy.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle is so weird to me.
Well, it's slow and it's quirky.
Yeah.
And, but it falls into the same category for me.
Yeah.
I also love It's Complicated.
Oh, It's Complicated. It's great.
It's so good.
I kind of like those older love
the
stories.
Nancy Meyers. You
Yes.
like Holiday. So.
Oh, Something's Gotta Give.
Oh, I love Something's Gotta Give.
This is hard.
Something's gotta give. I will watch anytime it's
Me
on,
too.
or just put it on in the background.
So good.
It's so good. Diane Keaton is incredible in it.
I got to throw that in there.
Another example of Keanu Reeves and Diane Keaton having a romance.
Yeah.
And he's what, 20 years younger than her?
And I buy it.
Yeah, same.
I totally buy it.
After a certain age, it almost doesn't matter. It's when you're dipping into the 20s.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, this guy's underdeveloped.
Yeah. Okay. Last couple questions
Yes.
that I haven't asked you that I've started asking everyone.
Oh, great.
Twizzlers or Red Vines?
Twizzlers.
I knew you were going to say that.
What red vine tastes like wax. Well, you're from Denver. I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah. I've heard that East Coast is Twizzlers, West Coast is Red Vines.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but
To me, Twizzlers just don't have enough flavor. Like, I feel like I'm waiting for flavor that never comes.
I feel like red vines are for people who are like on diets.
What?
Because it's like such a hollow bite.
But it's so chewy and airy. You know what's funny? I almost brought my bucket of red vines to like force one on you.
I mean, I'll eat them. Look at me. I'll eat them.
I like, you know what? The other night I was stoned and having, because we did a taste test.
You get high?
I do. But I just want people to know I wasn't sober doing this.
Yeah, sure. But I would have been sober doing it. So
great.
And I'm not even a sober person.
No judgment.
Thank you.
I was eating Twizzler bites and red vines like at the same time, like just,
How
equal
was it?
parts.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that I like the texture of Twizzlers better than the texture of red vines.
Got it.
And I just grew up eating Twizzlers.
Yeah.
So I like them.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. And last question. Have you heard of the term cum gutters?
Of course.
Thank God.
It's the guy's thing,
Yes,
right?
it is. Thank you.
Well, why is he coming all over his own gutter?
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta clean those
another
out.
Episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems crusty.
Yeah, it does seem crusty. I thought that was a common term, and I've mentioned it on a few podcasts, and people were not knowing what I was talking about. So now
I thought you were going to say cum guzzler.
No.
And I was like, for sure.
Guilty.
Guzzle away. I've heard of it. Gutters, guzzler, same thing. Not, but same. Yes, it's that chiseled part of the pelvic area.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. It's more like a cum slip and slide.
Yeah, it is.
Like a cum water slide.
Yeah, it just...
It's like shink-a-dink.
God, I love you.
I long to have a cum gutter.
We've got to write a rom-com that involves cum gutters.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, done.
I mean, easy.
Okay, great.
I think I'm going to write a rom-com about dating a younger guy. And then when he tried to break up with me, mind you, I was 33, he used wanting to have kids against me.
What?
And I never said I wanted them. And I was like, this is how the young come for the older.
Interesting.
Is that they do these things that they assume every every woman in her 30s needs.
Yeah.
And I terribly want to write something like that. Because that's the truth of dating a younger person.
So he broke up with you because he said he wanted kids?
Well, he tried to break up with me by using that. He's like, I don't want to stop you from having kids. I'm not ready to do that. And I go, when did I say I wanted kids? Cut to me not having kids.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is clearly when you're using my age against me.
Right.
It to your advantage.
How long did you guys date?
For 3 years.
Wow.
Wait.
Did he go from 20s to 30s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no. We broke up when he was 29.
Interesting.
Yeah. And how old was I? 32 or whatever.
Renee.
Yeah, big deal. We worked together. I hated him. He came for me.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was dating someone. So I was in a poor situation, which is the perfect
Wait, you
target.
were dating someone?
I was in a relationship. We never did anything for the first year. He just was like my friend and doing what he needed to do.
Right.
And then, whatever. I was in a bad just not a great relationship anyway.
Yeah.
But at what is the desired becomes the reason they end things. Is my point.
Sure.
It's right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow. You look back now and you're like, even a few years later, you're like, I wasn't even that old.
Right.
For babies.
Yeah,
like we're in a different century.
Yeah.
And so it was like, oh, you're clearly trying to use this to break up. And then he started dating a girl right away. And I was like, and then he got married and then they got divorced. I've never been more happy.
Good.
I don't like her.
Good.
Yeah. She's like a close face talker.
Oh, I hate that. Get out of my fucking space.
Yeah, get out of Hi, I know you're earning. You have so much you're like earnestly trying to get my approval and I don't care about you and I will never come at you or anything that would make you validate why I'm a person you shouldn't be nice to or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, so I actually want to write a rom-com about the real dating a younger person.
Okay.
And an older woman.
I love that.
Yeah. So we'll write it.
Okay, we'll write it.
And we'll put in cum gutter.
And there will be a cum gutter scene. So.
Well, obviously. You'll go, you've heard of cum gutters, right? And I'm like, why? Did someone cum in your gutter? It writes itself.
That's it.
It writes itself.
That's it. It does write itself.
It's us at the gym trying to get cum gutters.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just be the best friend who's way too invested in your love life? That's what I love about the best friend character.
Me too.
What friend is that invested in someone else's love life?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah. I'm not,
but I am in a good way, in a nice way.
but they're like showing up at the house, like, you know, and it's like the best friend in these movies have no life whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
it's all in. It's like this feels unhealthy. You know.
Yes.
Go get your own romance going.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And the best friend usually doesn't like the guy you're with.
Yes.
Right? They're like, told you.
Of
as
course.
they're eating their red vines.
Yeah.
The differences are clear.
Well, Renee, this has been so fun. Where can everyone find you and follow you?
Thank you for asking. I have had fun as well. At Renee Gauthier on Instagram. That's all. Oh, I have a special. You brought it up already.
High Blood Italian.
High Blood Italian on YouTube. Please watch it.
I watched it. It was great. I watched it live.
You did watch it live. Your support was felt.
I love that.
You
I
were
brought-
to my right,
and I
I had
brought
a
flowers.
You did, and I had a full vegan, like, pack of jokes, and
Yeah.
you didn't get offended at all.
I didn't throw a tantrum. I didn't leave.
There was a piece of me that when I looked at you, I was like, "You're vegan," and I'm about to say things, but you know I'm not.
But I know.
It's a show.
But also I know vegans are annoying, so it's fine. I don't judge anyone who makes
No,
fun
I
of
mean it's just
vegans.
my point of view,
Yeah.
really.
But see, for me, you know, where most vegans bring up that they're vegan a million times, I personally prefer to bring up the fact that I watched The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. He was
Well,
only gonna be
yes,
there
yes. So you picked the good
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
And you always go. So I was invited to this premiere.
Yeah.
This preview. Also, give me your ticket, guy. How are we getting invited to all these fucking previews?
Javier.
How is he doing it?
He just has hookups.
I love Javier.
You're in now.
Javier.
Javier.
We like each other. Javier was sitting next to you at my special.
At the special.
He's the best,
He's
actually.
so great. I
He's
love
so
Javier.
sweet.
He's the fucking best.
Does he tell the story the same? He was only going to stay for 5 minutes.
Yep, he
Stay
tells
for
it
the whole thing.
19 times. He will not stop saying it. No, but Javier actually got us seats. We were supposed to be in front of Gosling,
Oh,
but then last minute they moved him to the back. So
why?
the back row, probably because he wanted to sit there, because it's the best place to sit in a movie
Who?
is the very back
Ryan?
row. Yeah, Ryan.
No, he
got
wanted to watch people react. You psychopath.
Whatever. I like to watch people react too, though.
Yeah, but like,
I mostly like to text. That's what I like.
is it it?
I don't. I just like the option that, like, if an emergency.
What
has-
emergency? Your kids? What's an emergency?
Blair, don't listen to her. You're an emergency.
Blair is an emergency, but we all know Blair's not having one in the middle. You can tell if Blair's going to have an emergency before you commit to a movie. Most dogs you can.
Oh,
Blair, you've been so chill.
Blair, you've been
Is it
so
my
good.
energy?
Do you have
Look
anything
how
to say?
Cute.
Oh my God, look at her.
Look at that face.
So cute. She's like, get me out of
She's
here.
like, hello? I need new pose.
This pose. All right, she smells. You guys,
Does she?
she needs a bath.
Okay.
Yep, her bows
Does
are
she get
tattered.
new bows every time she baths?
Uh-huh.
She baths.
She baths.
Do you give her a bath or you take her?
No, I take her.
Wow. You guys got a real quality of life over there. I just attack my dog in the back with the hose. I'm like, come on. She's like, why would you do this?
Yeah, I just want that because she needs cuts and stuff too, you know, because
Yeah.
it gets a little, you know,
Yeah, she's naturally curly hair.
naturally.
Just like Sally from, is that her name? From Chris Brown.
What?
Sorry, I think there's something wrong with
Are
me.
you okay? Are
Charlie
you
Brown,
fine?
Sally. She goes, I have
Sally.
naturally curly
She
hair.
is like Sally.
Yeah.
She's a cross between Sally and
Chris
Snoopy.
Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown. All right, on that note, I think it's time to get Renee to bed. You guys.
Yeah. I think something's wrong.
She's been yawning the whole time and just called Charlie Brown Chris
so
Brown.
sorry.
Very different.
I just want them to like me.
They love you.
The
Guys,
glitterati.
please slide into Renee's DMs if you're younger than her.
If you're 26 and older,
Yeah.
I'm in.
Please, 26 to 33, slide in there.
Slide in.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're above the age of, 39, it's a no.
It's a no,
I'm
dog.
just kidding. Oh, God. Okay.
God.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thanks for doing it. Would love to have you back sometime.
I would love it.
Glitterati, what do you think of these movies? Did you love them? Did you hate them?
Watch them.
Watch them.
Watch Friends with Kids.
Okay.
I think you'll really like it.
I'll watch that
yeah.
too. Okay.
It weirdly shows you that John Hamm's not that great of an actor.
Okay.
It's fun.
Okay. Renee dropping truth bombs on this episode. We'll see you next
Nobody
time.
ignores me at Go Get 'Em Tiger.
No, they
and
don't.
don't forget. Oh, God. All
We'll
right.
see you next time, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Glitter ain't coming.